What time is it? It's Sampstra Games time, and we're going to continue with our Nerves of Steel Perk Perfect Guide. We're doing mission number 12, but before we do that, let's talk about the last couple of perks that we have unlocked. There's the Turbo and then the Energy Boost. Now the Energy Boost is a very good perk, but one thing you gotta watch out for is when you get it, you cannot get rid of it. And what I mean by that is like, you do +1 energy slot for each energy. So if you originally had 3 towers, now you can have 4. If you originally had 5, now you can have 4, now you can have 5, etc. But if you move to a different perk, then of course one of your towers is not gonna work. So essentially once you go to this perk, you need to stick to it. So this is a good, kind of like an end game perk. So I think a usual good combo could be like coffee time, hurry up, which is what we do. Then kind of mid game, we're going to go for bombastic. And then as you have noticed in our general missions, towards the end of the game, we actually have lots of building materials. So then it could be a good idea to switch to energy boost instead, because we don't actually need to have the nukes for free. We can pay for them easily. So I'm going to start this off with coffee time. Now this mission is actually quite nice in the sense that it has all the enemies coming from the same direction. We do actually have 4 different slots, but they do come closer, so you can build your energy hubs kind of close to your base and sort of use the turtling up strategy, which is pretty interesting and something that you want to use up in this mission. You have a lot of extractors, so you want to make sure that you're using them as well.
We've got no time to lose. Every subspecies we've had to deal with I can see out here. I hope you're ready.
Commander, I trust you've read the brief. We've just had schematics for a drone tower uploaded to our mainframe.
Now the problem with this one is that you essentially have to make a choice. Do you want to get this extractor or not? Because if you do, you're going to need to have lots of your towers kind of like here in the middle. If you don't, if you're only going to stick with 3, you can have most of the stuff kind of turtled up in here. We're going to try to do, if you're doing like the extraction protection perk, then definitely you want to build up your towers kind of here. And then you still will need like 1 energy hub, but then you're going to have most of your towers in this direction on this energy hub. And then, but we are going to try to stick to it. So we're going to actually place our stuff kind of like this way. And we are going to try to get it. Call for reinforcements in the beginning as we always do. And start building your extractors. 1, 2, 3. We get a drone towers. Drone towers are fantastic because they have a huge range. Their upgrade is not the, and by upgrade I mean like the special upgrade is not the best. They do have mines, which are honestly kind of they're not great. But I do love them because they have great range and they have no blind areas. So for example, you can build a drone somewhere here and it could have a range to protect your extractor, which is fantastic. Upgrade all of this to the highest level. Since you have the coffee time, you do not need to worry. And then you want to build a tech center and you want to build it close to the base so that if some enemy does come close, you can kind of protect yourself from it. So that's what we're going to be doing next. So just wait till you have enough stuff. You have 4 extractors, which means you're going to have lots of building material later. But right now you just need to wait till you actually get the tech center. You're going to start researching. You want to build it here. So it's actually, you can even build it like that. Make it kind of in the way of any enemy. And then you want to start researching rockets. Yeah, rockets. The first wave is going to come this way, so we're going to need to kind of build stuff here to protect our extractor. That's okay. We are just going to wait till we actually need to build anything before we build it. Yeah. Yeah, so just at the moment you're just waiting. You can speed this up a bit. And we're waiting till this coffee perk is done because then we want to switch to hurry up. Okay, we're getting our first bunch of enemies, so let's start building. We're going to place a machine gun this way, upgrade it to the highest level, have someone run into it. Okay, this is almost done, so watch out for that. And now you want to switch to hurry up. And then as soon as we can do that, we're going to build some rockets. Then you want to upgrade this because we will need lots of towers here. Okay, this is done. Start researching drones. And we're going to build a rocket here. We're going to build it this way. But this has not the greatest blind area, So while these guys will most likely kind of pass it, it could happen that they will hit this tower. So that's why you're going to need those drones. And those drones are pretty epic. So we're going to build lots of them. Now, at the moment, you want to have a bunch of your people just standing around the base. Because at this point, you could get a lot of enemies kind of coming through. Okay, we get drones. So we're going to build a drone here. And look at the huge range of the drone. And this is unupgraded. So imagine what that's going to be when it's upgraded. They don't do the highest damage in the world, but their range makes up for essentially everything. Then we're gonna build a rocket kind of close to the base like that. Have somebody run into it, start researching lasers. And then we need to call for, actually no, we're gonna need to build more drones on this side. Or rockets would work too. Now we're gonna build a drone, build it like that. You do not need to worry about the crawlers because this rocket thing is handling it without too much trouble. So you have another set of drones. And you can see there are these drones. I'm going to slow it down so I can show you the drones kind of flying around and hitting it. So that's pretty cool. If you've gotten this, next up you want to do is the Tesla. And we're going to start actually building a laser soon. Because lasers do much better damage than drones. But like I said, the drone hitting area is like worth it. Crazily worth it. I would like a laser actually up here. Because it has a good range, so it can actually help me hit these... hit the enemies here. But also, you can see it essentially hits every wave when it's upgraded, which is perfect. So that's what we want to do. Okay, we've handled the first wave fairly nicely. Next thing you want to do is you want to call for more reinforcements. And then you want to build more stuff. Okay, once we're done with the research, we're going to sell that building and go for arms factory as we usually do. Switch this to bombastic for now and build an arms factory like that so it can protect the base a bit. Have somebody go into it. Then we want to build a Tesla like that so it stops enemies from most directions when it's upgraded. So I want to do that. Like this, and this wave. And then we need to start getting our nukes because we want to be using... I'm going to slow down the time a bit. It's mainly because I talk a lot, so we need to have the time. You want to throw the nukes at this. And you want to kind of watch out. Let's go back to normal time. Like, when can you build another drone or a laser? We're going to go with another drone here. Going to build it like that. And have somebody run into it as soon as we can. Okay, we do not have the nuke yet. Okay, just leave it. Upgraded to the highest level. You do not have a person in there yet, but that's fine. Oh, sorry, I built a Tesla. Well, actually, you don't believe that I misclicked and built a Tesla instead of what I wanted to build, but to be fair, Tesla could work here as well. It's not as good as a laser, but we'll stick to the Tesla. I don't want to sell it because we can only sell it for like a certain percentage of money back, so we'll just stick to Tesla. Not what you want to do, but it's fine. Not the end of the world. We'll stick to Tesla. Okay, so we have built more lasers, which is great. Now, next thing you want to do is you probably want to upgrade this area. And while we're waiting, let me get a freeze ray. Because I want to have some sort of protection in case someone does come very close. And then we want to upgrade this thing so that we can build another... I'm thinking maybe even a drone. Because it would have a good range on most of our stuff. Now, user rockets. Oh, these guys. They split into these tiny bugs. So you want to use a lot of your stuff on them. That's always good. Okay, we can upgrade this. Upgrade. And then we want to build the drone. Build it kind of like that. That's the best possible range on the biggest possible wave of enemies. Or group of enemies, I should say. Okay, we have another nuke. Throw it at these guys. Get me another. And upgrade that. At this point, we want to start thinking about building the uplinks. So that we can get like prisms on our lasers and stuff like that. So that's something that you want to do next. Build an uplink. Build an uplink. Again, try to place it close to the base. Like if someone does get close, you can help out. And then we want to call for more reinforcements. And we'll wait for 3. Good. And you can grab a person from here and send them to the uplink. Because right now we don't need anybody at this place. And start researching now. use your nukes always, except we only have like one guy, one electron each side. That's not great. Well, I'll throw it at them because why not? But since we already have bombastic, but it was kind of lovely. I mean, why not? Why not use it if you can use it? Okay, so we're researching the uplink, and then you want to start getting like prisms on this, teleports on Teslas, mortars, you know, just regular fancy cool upgrades. While we're waiting, let's upgrade that because we still don't have the uplink yet. And we're gonna build another drone here that will again help out for the rest of our people. Upgrade it again. Throw the nuke at them. Oh, I should have thrown it here. Throw the next nuke there. As soon as we get it, we'll throw it there. And we can see our drones are kind of flying to this, hitting all the enemies. We're doing very well for now. We need to wait for our people till we can finally bring someone over. I'd like to get the teleport here when we can. If we've gotten the nuke, throw it at the big group. Get another nuke. And repair this. Keep repairing. Okay, we need to send our guys to actually these towers. See, even this tower that seems kind of to be very far away, it actually does have a range. Watch out for repairing your towers. It's okay. We want to also upgrade this, and we want to build additional. We're gonna place a laser here instead of a drone. We want to allow it to kind of hit the enemies between, well, maybe these three. We'll see how far it can reach. Yeah, actually all three. That's great. So send somebody in there, upgrade it, and our next upgrades will start focusing on prisms and things like that. Use your nukes if you can. Oh, we have bombers, so let's throw it at them. Get more nukes. We have more bombers here that we want to throw this at. Bombers, you always want to prioritize killing them, even when it's like just a few of them, because they can do lots of trouble. Yeah, I'd like a prism here. This is a very good place because this hits a lot of different areas. So you want to use a prism for this. And generally prisms are kind of like the upgrades that you want to focus on the first, after like maybe teleports, because teleports are also great, but we already have one teleport here, so we're fine with that. Okay, throw nukes at more bombers there. Get me more nukes. They're hitting this. Ooh, there's actually nobody to protect that. I gotta fix that. He's already dead, but I will, this reminds me that I will actually place a drone here just to ensure and grab, like, I don't know, grab like this guy over. This is something that you do want to watch out for eventually. Because yeah, these bombers, once they get like this close to the stuff, if they decide to walk over there, you could get in trouble. So have one type of tower. I'm going for a drone. You can also go for like a machine gun. It doesn't particularly matter. Just have something there to help out. We need more people. We're getting them, but we need to wait a little bit. I'd like to throw my nukes at these guys if I can. I'm not making enough to make it. When you talk with this, sometimes you can kind of like forget to say what you need to say, and like because you're focusing on talking, then you kind of forget to do what you're supposed to do. It's gonna be fine. Okay, we need to get more prisms here, and I would like to use more nukes. Use the nukes on these guys. Get another. And we're killing these guys very nicely. Yeah, so at some point you want to build something here. A drone, machine gun, something. Something that does not have a blind spot. Because if you have something that does have a blind spot, the enemies can get to it and you will be in trouble again. Let's get teleport for this. And then probably a prism for this. And then as soon as we get this, we're going to call for 3 more reinforcements. We have a nuke, but currently no enemies to throw it on. We've only gotten one person, we definitely want more, so grab him, send him over, and then we'll call for 3 people. And then we'll focus more on upgrading. Now while we're waiting, let me get a riot shield in case we get some of those big guys. We want to be able to protect our buildings. Or generally, for example, it could be good like if someone hits the extractors again or something. Now the drones, they have a mine upgrade, which is essentially mines that will kind of be standing and they will be blowing up when someone walks to them. But they're not as strong as any of the other upgrades, and they're very expensive. So I do not like... I prefer to buy essentially any other upgrade. So for example, we could get a mortar here. This is a mine. Well, yeah, mine upgrade. Get a mortar there. Then we'll get a mortar here. We're killing the pyros very easily. Not mines. Not that. Where is my rocket? No. Where would I want to get that mortar? Where do you get this one? That one? Okay, I guess we already have it. Okay, throw your nukes at them. And get another. We'll get the minigun upgrade, because why not? And as usual, keep preparing what's necessary. And you can just let them hit all the enemies. Now at this point,
Another one?
Oh no!
I've already gotten...
Not again!
Dr. Sasha, snap out
We're
of
gonna throw this at them. At this point, I've already gotten all the regular upgrades, so you actually can start doing the mine upgrade because we have the money for it, so there's like no reason not to. Just get these mines here and look at those mines there as well. Now we can use a freeze ray on the big guy. Once he comes close, you can freeze him so he doesn't do any damage to your towers. But since he's picking the pad where it's going to take him a little while to get to any tower, I might just let him keep walking and let all our towers hit him, so we should be able to kill him before he does too much damage or any damage at all.
Finally, it's down. I wish I knew what was happening with the dock commander. I've never seen her this way before.
While we're waiting, let's get the orbit laser. The orbit laser, I don't particularly like this super weapon. It does a lot of damage to like very few enemies, but I think the nukes are just generally better. But again, we have lots of building materials, so there's no reason not to. Another thing you can do at this point is just sell this extractor and instead build another laser here and have somebody run into it. Because you have so much building material that you don't really need to worry too much. Also, advantage of that is that you could sell this and you could place the machine gun much closer. And that will help you because a lot of these towers will now have a better range, and like the enemies will not be standing here on the edge. So for example, this laser did not quite have a range on them, but now they do. Use your nukes at, I don't know, these guys. This drone is really important there, helping the stuff. I'll use the mine upgrade on it, because why not? And we have the minigun already. Mortar, yeah. Oh, we could get a prism here. But we already done that, but we didn't, so let's do it. Essentially, like at this point in the game, you're just upgrading whatever. Doesn't matter too much what you're upgrading, just upgrade something. And keep using your nukes, especially on like a dangerous types of enemies like pyros. Let's slow down the time a bit. We want to get that prism upgrade. Where was it? Here. You get your prism upgrade. You could freeze them or protect your towers, but we should be able to kill them once they all get too close. So, well, once they get close enough, I should say. So, you don't need to. You do want to slow down the time once in a while and just kind of like check in. Like, am I really destroying them all? And if you're not, then just like use freeze ray or something. Throw a nuke at them. Just be careful not to hit your own towers. And let your towers do the damage. We are fine. Okay, good. If you have some leftover people, you can have them stand around the base. The mines will not activate on your own people, so you do not need to worry about that, which is kind of cool. Okay, we should be able to kill him before he hits my tower. Not quite sure about this one. We'll have to wait and see. Throw a nuke at these spirals instead. Oh, and at those spirals too. We might actually freeze them. Give ourselves time to shoot at them. Yeah, good. Riot shield, we don't really need it. We are done on these two sides, so what you could be doing is like selling this and placing like drones there. But to be fair, you don't need it. At this point in the game, it's not necessary. Because, I mean, you have nukes, we still have riot shield, we still have lasers. Really no need to be worried. But if you are, you can just like move it over. We're done. 2,500 building material to spare. So in this one, it's the only thing you gotta watch out for is to protect these extractors. So a little bit later on, you don't need to do it at the beginning, but like a little bit later on, you want to build some sort of protection. I'm using the drones, and then the first research is rocket, the next one is drones. So you want to go to drones very quickly, because here you want to utilize the fact that the drones have such a big range and no blind spot, so you can use it to be able to, one drone to be able to hit enemies from essentially every direction. Then it just like keep getting more and more nukes and rinse and repeat. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, write in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.